people. And I'd like Gene to stand up and let's give him a little hand. Now I've got one other thing that I best not forget, because it's an order from my wife and from Sharon, who's put this banquet together. You will notice some commemorative coffee mugs on your table. The word I have is that one chair on each table has an orange dot someplace on it, near the seat. And that is the person that owns the mug. So that's all I have. We'll continue moving along here. Thank you much.
Thank you so much, Bill. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce you to a guy who may be to blame for whatever I have done in the last 5 years. He rescued me from my Studebaker Drivers Club booth at Hershey, Pennsylvania, and brought me into the fold of the Cadillac LaSalle Club. Your president from the Sonoran Desert region in Tempe, Arizona, David Ritchie.
The banquet's tonight? Thank you all for coming. I'm Dave Ritchie. This is my first Grand National as your president. What was I thinking? You know, this was a nice, quiet life. Things have changed considerably. I thank you for that. I'm just so honored to be here with you in Brookfield tonight. I'm just one guy. I'm looking around this room. I know many of you, now many of you know me. I'm just one guy. And you, my friends, you have a dream. And that dream is because of your passion, because of your desire, because of your support, you made the CLC what it is today. They say that you're known by the company that you keep, and just look what you've done. Again, without you, none of this would exist. I am so very proud of each and every one of you tonight. Thank you for helping. I have a lot to say, but I'm going to do this in little blurbs because I know we want to eat. That's why we came here. Not to listen to me, but when we look at the total number of people that are attending the event or signed up for the event, it's 753, which that's a nice number. Total with family and friends, 378. We have over 400 people dining with us tonight. Number of states, or interstate, not interstate, interstate, 33. And the Netherlands. Thank you. Now, before we get into the rest of the program, and believe me, I have things to say. That's what they tell me. I thought I would just hold up the membership directory and thank everybody in that, but there's other stuff I need to do. So at this time, I need to turn this back over to Richard. And you will see me again shortly.
Thank you, David. I'd like to present to you the Most Reverend Dr. Phil Compton from Ada, Ohio, to lead us in giving thanks.
Are we having fun yet?
Yeah.
Good. Let's bow our heads then for a word of prayer. Almighty and most gracious God, we thank you for this day and for this enjoyable week. Be with us as we once again gather to enjoy the opportunity to meet old friends and make new ones. We thank you for the leadership that made this week possible and so successful. And bless the leaders of our CLC club that they continue with their excellent work. We especially ask for your patience in our skinned knuckles, our sore elbows, and our greasy hands as we try to keep our cars in good shape. We pray for those who are unable to be with us because of illness and other concerns, and we ask your blessings on the families of those who are no longer with us in this life. Just now we thank you for the sun that warms our earth, the rain that nourishes our ground, and we ask you for blessings of this food that nourishes our bodies as we come to table to break bread together. We pray for the safety of travels as we leave this place and go on our various ways until we meet again. Alhamdulillah, Shalom, Amen.
Amen.
And it gives me great pleasure to announce that it's time to eat.
It's just me, Dave. How was your dinner? How was that chicken? Well, that's why I had the steak. I take it you're having a good time here in Brooklyn. That should go without saying. I'm going to go and have to spend a little bit of time up here thanking people, introducing people. That's what I do. That's why they pay me the big bucks. First of all, to our host region, Bill Clinton, but everybody at your region that has done everything they can do to make this successful. Thank you, sir. Up on the wall behind me, you'll see two plaques we had made up yesterday. Those are the sponsors. Those are the people who spend money to have this happen also. I could just say, well, go read them, but they're here, so I need to say their names. Special thank you to Ad Type and Design, all Cadillacs of the 40s and 50s, Alonde XLR chapter, Badger Plating, Cadillac Motor Car, that's the mothership. Cadillac Parts Restoration, Castle Cadillac, Corey Cadillac Parts. See, there's a theme to this. They come in order now. Corey Cadillac Parts, Crest Cadillac, Dash Specialist, DFT Details. Don't forget the details. Harbor Auto Restoration, Hans Briscoe, who was our event planner for this event. This was a prototype event. When we brought Hans Briscoe in here to find this facility, and I think, and I believe, the Badger region think that was a good idea. This is how we're going to develop Grand Nationals in the future. Heritage Cadillac, Integrity Insurance, Hyman Limited, which is a car guy, used car guy, J.C. Taylor Insurance. Las Vegas region, you'll hear from them in a bit later because that's where we're going to be next year in April. McVeigh's, Mika Auto Auctions, Marcia has something to do with that. NOS and Restored Cadillac Parts, O'Sullivan Public House, Ice Irish Pub, OPGI, the original Pancake House, if you haven't had enough to eat. Sheraton Milwaukee, what a great show, thank you. SMS Auto Fabrics, Star Crazy, Fresh Asian Grill, take your car to auction. USA Part Supply, Wheel and Engineering and Manufacturing, now on XP. Those are the sponsors again. They gave us the money.
All right.
Thank you. Number two, management event. Okay. I know because I've talked to some of these people out there. I want to see these specific people stand up. Who has come to the Grand National for the very first time? Who are the rookies? Come on, Josh. I trust you're coming back again.
Yes.
Definitely.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. Introduction of officers. These are the people who work endlessly, tirelessly, for a stipend as such, to do this event. The best executive vice president of this organization since I was here last time is Mr. Dave Rubin. Secretary Tony Hughes. Well, the Eastern VP Andy's uncle, he's at one of his grandson's graduation, so maybe there's a proxy over there for Andy. Southeastern Regional VP Lee Herbert. Central Region VP, your very own Gary Fisher. He'll be up there again later. Western VP, Phil Terry from the Sonoran Desert Region. I think this whole Sonoran Desert region, we've developed a theme here. This is a covert attempt on our part to take over this club. International Affiliates VP Ron Zahn. Director of Chapters Bob Crimmins. VP, we have a new VP Information Technology, was Dave Rubin. I'm putting him to work so we can replace him. We have a new guy. You know him from doing the 63-64 chapter, Jason Edge. And I would sorely be remiss if I didn't point her out. Our own Caddy Queen, Marsha Redmond. With that, those are the people that I kind of know. And we have a very expansive board of directors. Will everyone please stand that's on the board of directors? The elected individuals and the appointed individuals. These are the people who do this for you. Fortunately, we have 6 past presidents here this evening. We have Barry Wheeler, Richard Sills, Bill Edmonds, Glenn Brown, and Larry Keller, the previous president. And you see you're all gathered up there. There's kind of safety in numbers for those guys. As you know, we also have an organization that's part of us. It's the Cadillac LaSalle Club Museum and Research Center. We just opened the museum, and I need to introduce these people to you also. We did a grand opening September 24th. Do come and see that it's in Gilmore. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a little side. We're not going to do a winter board meeting next year. We're going to move that to September because of circumstances, but it will be at the Gilmore. This you need to put on your bucket list. You need to come to this and see what this club has accomplished. First of all, the MRC president, Mr. Paul Ayers.
Yes.
Paul has held this position since 1967. He says, well, maybe 2 more years. Would all the members of the board of directors of the MRC please stand? There they are. There are also other people. I mean, I could go on, and I don't want to go on too long because I know you don't want to listen to me, but we have the people who do the business of the club, who handle everything for the club. It's the front door of this club. It's the office manager from Columbus, Ohio, Mike and Nancy Cook. Our publication, The Self-Start, has won 10 Golden Quill Awards. And that goes to Mr. Steve Stewart, McGee Stewart, Tim Coy. That's such an incredible job. The competition is fierce, but 10 years, we're the best. We're the best. Well, Tim Coy, advertising director.
Yes. Stand up, Tim.
I'm not there for Tim. Melissa Perry isn't here. She had the delay. She does all our integrated advertising for the media and all the ads for publications, website publications. Peter Garapi, he's in Tucson. He couldn't make a small report. I like him. We talk a lot. Where's our registrar, Lauren Swipe?
Yes, where's Lauren?
This is the kind of initiative that we have in this organization, and this is what I look to you to do. When we took Lauren on, I called her and said, would you like to do something for the board of directors? And she said, yeah, what do you need? We made her chairperson of membership promotion and public relations. I did that for 12 years, so I know what it takes. She said yes. She invented a position for herself, and that's being the registrar of the meet. What she does, she sits in a little room in Las Vegas, and everything is done electronic. Because of that, and because of Helen Briscoe being involved, the Badger region said, we'll do that. It really goes to two specific people, plus the other people on board that I've already introduced. But they're the backbone, they're the movers and shakers that make this happen because of their ability, their desire, and their dedication to this club. I can't thank you enough. I look out in the parking lot and all I see are a bunch of used cars, but you came here to have those, you came here to have those judged. Bill Anderson, Chief Judge, where are you, Bill? There's Bill. Would everyone who judged today please stand? I would like to again thank everyone in this club for believing us and supporting us, all the national members, all the regional members, all the chapter members, and a special note to the guys from the Alante and XLR group. Thank you so much. Now, this is the moment you've been waiting for me to just shut up and sit down and let the awards begin. I give you Mr. Gary Fisher.
For those of you who have attended several of these now, you know it'll take me just a second here to get set up. Mentioned to you before, I can't lose this. It's our audited winners for tonight. A little bit of housekeeping to get started. I first want to extend a thank you to the many hardworking and talented, dedicated volunteers serving in both our regions and nationally, promoting our hobby and our passion for Cadillacs and LaSalle's. Please remember to look among your members in your regions and nominate these hardworking candidates. The summary cards that are on your table, there were 5 that you can share. Those tell you what each of our individual award criteria are, so that you can look among your regions to see who is providing that kind of service to your region and to the national club. Please nominate those people that should be recognized for the efforts that they're making. We do those summary cards also so that tells you why the award is being presented. I can spend just a few minutes then telling you specifically what the individual receiving the award has done to meet that criteria. When we get to the car awards, you probably already have seen them in the room, but over here to my left will be the car award station. The high boys that you see, that is where you want to stop first. The 2 at the end, Greg Powers and Lauren Schweitzer will be there. They have the vouchers that you need to receive your award. Stop at either one of those stations, not both. Get your voucher and then you can present it to the assistants that will be helping to distribute those awards. And those assistants are Martina Butler, Jack McClough, Bob Norrid, Chris Hammond, and Marcia Redmond. And they will then give you the award that you receive. There's sort of an open space then between there and the stage. If you prefer to have your picture taken with the president and the chief judge, you can do that. You must provide your own photographer and camera. As I mentioned last year, for those of you who might be new either to the event or new to a first place award, please do not use the hair of your goddess as a handle. It is the most fragile part of that award because the way the hair flows, it can snap at the back. You won't be happy, I won't be happy, and so we can avoid that. At this time, I would like to have my trusty assistant and co-chair Martina Butler join us. And of course, we'll need our president, Dave Ritchie. Yeah. So, what you've all been waiting for, individual awards. If you're following along on the summary, the side that I begin on is with the Newsletter Excellence Award. Quality communications are the hallmark of a strong organization. Just as the Self-Starter unites and informs our national club, so do the many newsletters for each of their respective regions. We have a number of excellent newsletters, and making a decision for this award is always a difficult one. We look at many aspects of the newsletter we receive. Things such as consistency of publication, clarity of writing, use of pictures, membership recognition, technical helps, support of local and national CLC events, and other related topics are all taken into consideration. This year's recipient has done an outstanding job bringing together not just a region, but a multi-state chapter. Through the usage of feature stories on members' Cadillacs, a detailed coverage from Cadillac literature, this editor has been able to engage the reader in each month's edition. Technical tips and information on national CLC events are an integral part of the newsletter. It is with pleasure we award the 1963-1964 chapter newsletter and Jason Edge. While they're taking pictures, I'll proceed.
Thanks.
This year is the first time that we are presenting, and it's probably a little bit overdue, but we have also now implemented an International Newsletter Excellence Award. The outstanding newsletter being recognized this year is published 6 times per year. Only 4 members contribute to every issue, which is more like a magazine averaging about 50 pages per issue. In addition to the art and graphic design, there is a series about the great designers of GM, commentary on the interesting articles of the Self-Starter, as well as articles on various topics such as new Cadillacs, technical items, Cadillac history, interviews of members or advertisers, and articles about the editor's own experience with the nearly 50 Cadillacs he has owned and driven in the past. The affiliate offers an online library of all club magazines in downloadable PDF format of their 25-year history, which includes more than 6,000 pages. They want to launch a Cadillac magazine to be sold in magazine stores and other outlets to reach a wider audience and to promote the hobby of our new and older Cadillacs. There are no Cadillac magazines in Dutch language for sale, yet in contrast to the many magazines for makes such as Porsche, Mercedes, and Jaguar. They have 400 members and have been a CLC International affiliate since 1999. He and his team hosted the highly successful 2013 Grand European Meet near Amsterdam. The Grand European attracted 250 participants with 110 Cadillacs registered for a 5-day event. The final show had 168 Cadillacs on the field, which was an all-time record for Cadillacs gathered together in the Netherlands. The club magazine is regarded as the most important component that ties their members. Of course, you may have determined we are honoring with the first International Newsletter Excellence Award, the Standard. Our recipient, also president of the Cadillac Club Nederland, is editor Koen Ogenholm, and Ron Zahn is going to receive the award for him. The next award we have is our Website Excellence Award. The CLC chapter and region websites were judged using the CLC websites of merit judging criteria. Each website was reviewed over 8 categories, and points added or deducted based on the review of the site, the updates, menu items, CLC national links, the contact info, events, event coverage, site integrity, and various miscellaneous extra credit items. 28 regions and chapters scored 28 or more points across those 8 categories. They are recipients of the IT Committee's 2015 Website of Merit Award. They will receive an icon that they can place on their website to merit or note that merit and recognition. These regions in alphabetical order that will receive that icon: the 1963, 1964 Cadillac chapter, the Badger region, the Carolina region, the Hampton Roads region, the Las Vegas region, the Long Island Metro region, the Lower Hudson Valley region, the Missouri Valley region, the Modified chapter, the Motor City region, the Mount Hood region, the New England region, the North California region, North Carolina Eastern region, North Jersey region, North Texas region, North Star region, Peach State region, Potomac region, the Raritan River region, the Rocky Mountain region, the San Diego region, the Sonoran Desert region, the Southern California region, the St. Louis region, the Valley Forge region, and the Western Reserve region. Give them a hand. One of those sites now is being recognized for the Website Excellence Award. The CLC chapters and region, the next paragraph. The recipient of this year's Website Excellence Award was selected out of a very competitive field. As time goes by, our regions and chapters continue to improve their internet presence. This website was chosen for its professional, clean layout, and its featuring of recent news and activities. The website is the most modern-looking website among the bunch. Congratulations to this year's recipient for developing and maintaining a first-rate website, Jeff Hansen, webmaster of the Valley Forge region. Jeff? I don't think Jeff could hear out in the hallway. You are receiving the Website Excellence of the Year Award. Thank you, Jeff. At present, the club has 150 members, a notable achievement given the population size of the country. Under his guidance, the club became affiliated with the CLC USA in the year 2000. He has been active in all of the Grand European meets and is playing a key role in facilitating the hosting of the 2015 Grand European meet being held in Lake Zurich this August. His stunning Coral 1955 DeVille convertible, originally owned by Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, made an enjoyable appearance at the 2010 Grand European in France. Our recipient is noted for his generosity, hospitality, and eagerness in sharing his Cadillac cars with others, offering rides to anyone willing to join along for the fun. In recognition of his many years in service to the Cadillac community, and truly deserving of this year's Jan Saunders International Activity Award, the recipient is Arjen Schuffel, President of the Cadillac Club of Switzerland. Ron will also receive this award for him and be presenting it at the Grand European. Our next award is the Maurice Hendry Award. It was Mr. Hendry's turn to make the selection this year. We select in opposite years. The recipient is no stranger to many members of his international newsletter, and it is not only well done, but a large following worldwide as well. His passion for our marks since his youth has translated into a dedicated club member with an award-winning newsletter, Fins, for his excellence in journalistic contributions in furtherance of the purposes of the Cadillac and LaSalle Club. Our congratulations go to this year's recipient, Ron Melville, editor and member of the New Zealand CLC affiliate. Again, our international vice president, Ron Melville, will receive that award for Ron.
There's going to be extra baggage, I'm sure.
The next award we're going to present is something a little newer, something a little different. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at the awards at the table, but this one is called the Cadillac Service Award. And I want to give a little bit of an explanation or background. We have had a Distinguished Service Award for some time that recognizes members who have served the club at the national level in several different capacities over many years. We have discovered that we also have members serving the club at the national level in significant but more focused areas for long but maybe shorter durations. For these situations, we've developed a Cadillac Service Award, not that you nominate for, but to help us address these circumstances. Car Show Day requires a great deal of preparation as well as an abundance of volunteers for successful show and awards programs. Associated with the show's processes and success is the work of the Tabulation Committee. For over 15 years, our recipient has worked diligently preparing for Judging Day and spend Grand National Saturday in the tabulation room. Many problems do arise that must be resolved then and now, not tomorrow. In order for their task to be completed before, many times shortly before, the banquet that evening, our first recipient of the Cadillac Service Award is Aline Zizolfo, Tabulation Committee Chair. Aline and Andy are not able to be here, so Lee Herberman has agreed to accept that award for Aline.
I want my picture taken with Dave.
Without a number in front of you?
And we are fortunate enough that we have two people who have been serving in that type of capacity, and so we have a second Cadillac Service Award. As many members can attest to, Grand Nationals require a great deal of work, a sincere dedication, as well as a multitude of volunteers and hours of service. Sometimes those services are provided over several years. Such is the case in the recognition for our second Cadillac Service recipient. We all cherish our Cadillacs and LaSalles and the photographs of them, especially when they have been so carefully and lovingly detailed for their Grand National showing. Over several years and hundreds of hours, our recipient has just as carefully and lovingly taken thousands of photographs of our Cadillacs and LaSalles that we proudly display and share along with the pictures of the kids and the grandkids. Many of them appear in the self-starter Grand National coverage. Of course, by now you realize that I am speaking of our second recipient for the Cadillac Service Award, Alan Clark. And if you've been following along, you realize I really haven't been following along. had too many sheets to follow her check, and so I kind of skipped over, not intentionally, but we're going to now do the Self-Starter Author of the Year Awards to Steve Stewart.
Thank you very much, Gary. While I'm up here, I'd like to say thank you to all the people who have written for the Self-Starter. There are many of you in this room. You know who we are, or you are, rather. You know who you are. We appreciate what you did, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart. Many of the people think that since I'm the editor, I write all the stories. I don't. It's strictly member-written. It's people that sit down in their homes, their kitchen tables, whatever, and sit and write stories and send them in along with the photographs. They submit these items for publication, they go in, and like it was said tonight, we've won 11 straight golden quills, so all I can do is say thank all of you very much for coming. The first award tonight would be the Cadillac V12 Award, and it goes to an individual who, it seems like these people never show up. I guess they're always at home writing still. This individual is definitely a person who's done some good writing over the years, particularly about LaSalle. It's something that we don't get that much on anymore, and we'd like to see more. And he's done many fine articles on a range of topics and been a very good advisor to the Self-Starter, and that would be Andrew Zolfo for the B12 Award.
I am not Andy.
Elaine.
Well, Jake would make that. Yes, Eileen. We have to do this together. Thank you. Thank you.
The B16 award goes to another individual, which unfortunately isn't here, but he needs no introduction. He's been a person who's written for the club for decades. His legacy, his writings go way back many, many years, and he's done a lot of good work recently, especially B16s and their custom bodies. When I say that he's done a lot of work, he's got involved in the Cadillac website, not necessarily the website, but the Cadillac historical site, and that would be Jan Saunders. So he just, thank you very much.
Unfortunately, Jan is not here. I don't know if anyone is from his district or knows him, would be willing to ship the award and will reimburse you. If you could come up and accept that award, that would be terrific. Otherwise, we'll take care of it. Okay, great, thank you. Would you like your picture with it? Would you like your picture with it?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay. Thank you very much. The next award we have is our Distinguished Service Award, and I would like Lars to come up to present that.
Thank you, Gary. This year's recipient joined the Cadillac LaSalle Club in the mid-1980s and now has been a member for over 30 years. He grew up with a father that worked for General Motors as an engineer and thus had a taste for cars since he was very young. His family owned multiple makes of cars in his youth, including American Motors, Chrysler, and General Motors. Luckily, as he matured, he developed a taste for the best that not only General Motors had to offer, but also American General, namely Cadillac and LaSalle. Some of this taste developed from his unique physique that necessitated a large car for comfort. I have known this year's recipient for at least 20 years, and he was lucky enough to have me serve as an executive vice president for 4 years, thus somewhat, I hope, contributing to his successful tenure as CLC international president from 2006 to 2010. During his presidency, the club benefited from many initiatives under his direction. He actively promoted driving our cars. He traveled many miles to several Grand Nationals with his local friend and an over 70-year-old LaSalle. When his friend unexpectedly passed away, he championed an award in his name to reward members who drive their older cars to more than one Grand National. He actively promoted youth involvement and membership in the club. He actively promoted diversity in our club. He actively promoted local dealership relationships with our regions to benefit both them and us. He actively promoted the requirement that region members must also be national members and the benefits of such. He discussed memberships in other clubs and why ours was always ahead. He promoted student membership in the club at a reduced price. He promoted Grand European meets and U.S. participation in such. He promoted the reasons we need owners of new Cadillacs in the club. He promoted members joining regions and regions reaching out to national members. The club won a Golden Quill Award for our magazine every year under his leadership. He drove a Catera, the caddy that zigs, on a national driving tour. I should say that. He accepted an award from General Motors for the continuing contribution and support of GM and its heritage. He presented the Cadillac Herald Award to Rick Wagoner, the CEO of General Motors, in celebration of their 100th anniversary. And he kept the membership abreast of the trials and tribulations of his 1957 Brougham, which at the time I wrote this, had yet to be seen in a national meet. I no longer say that. I am humbled and very proud to be able to present this year's Distinguished Service Award to my friend, fellow past president, loyal club member, and genuine good guy, Mr. Glenn Brown.
Speech.
Thank you.
All right.
And then our most prestigious individual award, if Barry Wheeler would come up to present the Henry Leland Award.
Well, I don't have as long a speech as Lars did. But let me refresh your memory. The Henry M. Leland Award is the Cadillac and LaSalle Club's most prestigious award. The award consists of a cup reminiscent of the Dewar Trophy won by Cadillac for interchangeability of parts and a casting in relief of a 1908 Cadillac. The award represents the sterling qualities of Henry M. Leland, Cadillac's founder and first general manager, and his quest for setting the standard. It is presented to an outstanding Cadillac and LaSalle Club member who has performed acts of great merit. Nominees must have been involved in the preservation, maintenance, and promotion of the Cadillac and LaSalle marks, and performed outstanding service in furthering the aims of the club. To my regret, past presidents are not eligible. I thought about what to say. This individual has worked tirelessly on our latest project that resides
in the woods at Hickory Corners. He saved us a great deal of money during the construction of our museum. And when he got that job done, he renovated our judging system, which we saw how it worked today. Would you stand and please thank Mr. Bill Anderson?
Thank you.
Bill, I do hope you drove. I'd rather not ship that word.
Right in there with all the other stuff.